wow, that's going to be flying off the shelves, I just know it. Hey guys, welcome back to Daily Weekly Builds, and today I'm going to go through some of the sets that I'm planning to sell. I wouldn't really call myself a Lego investor, like a casual, not even like a reseller. I'm not doing this as like a business or anything. When I buy Lego, I buy it for myself, and then if I change my mind over it, then I might just sell it on, because someone will buy it pretty much for any set almost. And then there are some sets which I do think, I'll buy one for me and I'll buy one just for later. Maybe I want to have two, maybe I will again, I'll resell it or something like that. But I'm going to go through some of them. Nothing too special. I think if there are any Lego investors watching this, you'll probably think, why do you have that? And I ask myself the same question, but yeah, so I'm just going to go through them and show you what I've got, and I'm going to take some pictures. And for the time being, I mainly use like Facebook Marketplace and eBay, with a preference on Facebook Marketplaces because it's easier, there are less fees involved, no postage, nothing like that. But then eBay does give you a wider reach, so there are pros and cons to both. So here are some of the sets that I have just to get rid of, basically. But yeah, maybe some of these I might use for an upcoming giveaway video as well. I haven't decided yet, but there is some new stuff, there is some older stuff behind the back. There's quite a few things there, a lot of Star Wars and City. So I put some of them on the desk so far, and wow, there's a lot here. It's not even all of it, so I need to rearrange this to try and fit everything on here. Okay, so I've laid everything out. There is a lot here. Well, maybe not a lot if you're a seasoned Lego investor. This is nothing to you, and you probably wouldn't have most of these, but there is money sitting here, and every single one of these Lego sets I got cheaper than the retail price, so that's always a good start if you're into reselling Lego. Is don't pay full price for it unless it is a really exclusive set that's very hard to find. Then maybe, but otherwise always try and get a good deal. And I definitely did with all of these. That's kind of why I got them as well. That kind of helped with the reasoning. Some of them I do have like more than one, so I've got a couple of duplicates, but not too many, like the Star Wars battle packs. Got a couple of those. The Ahsoka brickheads, got two of those. And then the Lamborghini, got two of those. Sold quite a few things already from the end of last year and beginning of this year, again by listing on Facebook. People do try and get a good deal out of you. They do try and haggle, so sometimes I put my price up higher than what I'm willing to accept, like what I'd want for it, because then people will always try and undercut you anyway. So if you start with exactly what you want, you're probably not going to get that. Some people, they'll make you an offer, you say no, they say, okay, fair enough, and they'll pay you what you want. Some people make an offer, you say no, they'll try and make another offer, or they'll just leave altogether. And it's not the end of the world. Other people will come along. And some of these I do already have currently listed on Facebook and eBay, but I've got some more stuff since then, so I need to update that and just make sure everything is ready to go. And some of them are a little bit dusty, so I need to give them a good clean, but otherwise all the boxes are in good condition. I try and make sure that they are pristine, especially if I do get duplicates. I will keep the dodgy box one for myself, and I'll keep the nicer one for reselling. I buy the majority of my Lego from Argos, Amazon, maybe Lego themselves sometimes, but usually Argos or Amazon. And especially if you get Lego from, for example, Argos, they do come with these stickers, so you can either leave it on there and make a note of it and clearly show in pictures that, hey, by the way, this does have a sticker on it, or you can try and remove it yourself. I usually just leave them on there, and I make it clear. I put in the description on the pictures, hey, stickers here, and people don't seem to mind. Some people do, and then they just won't buy it, especially if they're really into it and if it's a really sought after set. Like for City, for example, most Lego investors aren't going to touch this, but for your casual Lego, someone who doesn't really know too much, or especially around Christmas and things, Lego City sells pretty well in my experience, so that's why I have a few of those. And then Lego Friends, gosh, I've got too many here than I ever expected. But yeah, as I mentioned in the recent video, just because it's on a discount doesn't mean it's always a good sale. It's not always worth it. And when I got this Lego Friends, it wasn't worth it. I've got 4 Friends sets here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Those two are the same. I mean, in total, I did only pay £24 for all 4 of the sets, so that does seem like a good deal on face value, but then again, you have to find a buyer who's, maybe I might make my money back, if not any profit, but, you live and you learn. The whole thing's part of a journey, and I'm just kind of doing my own thing. But there are plenty of good Lego investment channels out there who, they know what they're talking about. Buy it on a sale, buy it just before it's retiring. Don't buy it when it's just released, because what's the point there? No one's going to want it. Sometimes you have to sit on a Lego set for years before it appreciates in value and people actually want it. Do you spot any sets here that you got your eye on? Some Marvel, Spider-Man, Jurassic Park, Muppets minifigures sealed. I don't even know which ones are in there, but I've got those. And do you know what? The best one here that's going to make me the most money, and Lego investors are going to agree with this one. It's the video pack. Oh yeah. That is just money right there. Of course, as you can see, I did open it just to verify which one's in there, but doesn't matter because, wow, that's going to be flying off the shelves. I just know it. So some of these are retired, some of these are still available, so obviously you have to take that into consideration as well. Some of these are okay for a quick flip, and some of them you might want to keep for a longer hold. So yeah, I've got quite a few sets I need to take pictures of and get them all listed on eBay, but as I said, some of them might be used for a giveaway. I know there isn't anything extremely exciting there, but for someone, they'll be happy to get those, especially for free. If you win that, I don't think you're going to complain, are you? Whether you part it out or sell it on for yourself, that's a possibility. I've teased it, and I think we're going to do it. Again, not confirming it right now, but I think it probably will happen. But again, we'll talk about that closer to the time. So when we do hit that big 1,000 subscribers, we will definitely do something to mark the occasion. Alright, so I've just finished taking some photos of some sets. I think, look at that, the white desk and the grey background. That looks very clean, that looks very nice, I think. So yeah, just took a few pictures. Got a few more to go. Okay, so once you've finished taking your pictures, the next thing I would recommend before just coming up with any old random price is think, first of all, what are people willing to pay for it, and how much is it worth, that sort of thing. And I'm part of a few Lego investment and reselling groups on Facebook, and I see posts from people all the time asking, oh, how much do you think this is, or any advice on the price, whilst not being a serious investor myself. The first thing that I say and what other people say is check Bricklink and check eBay sold prices, because that's going to give you a really good indication of what people are willing to pay and how much things are worth right now and that sort of thing. There's a lot of people trying to get into this whole Lego reselling and investing, so it's very competitive and crowded if you're thinking of getting into it. I mean, you got to have the money, you got to have the space, and you got to have the patience, I think. Some people think it's just easy money. Buy a Lego set on discount and sell it for profit. Not always as straightforward as that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check Bricklink and eBay sold prices to see what some of these sets are worth right now. And when I say eBay sold prices, I do mean the prices of what sets have actually sold for, not what they're currently listed at, because some people, they list sets extortionately high and that sort of thing, and it's not always a true reflection. And one of the first videos I did on this channel was when I sold a limited edition Lego Christmas tree set. At the time of when I listed it on eBay, there was maybe one or two other people selling the same set, and I was also reluctant to sell it. I thought no one's going to buy this, so I paid £30 for it and I listed it for 80, and it did sell. And despite making not quite £50 profit, because there are fees and postage that you have to take into consideration, but let's just say over £30, £40 profit, something like that. I was still a bit sad because I didn't want to sell it and I listed it stupidly high, and then when I saw those sets again, those sets were also quite high. So some people do kind of set the bar and that becomes the standard, but just do your research first, as that's what I'm gonna recommend. Alright, so let's take this set for example, the Forest Hideout, which was a gift with the purchase last summer. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go onto eBay, and as I've typed in the set number, it's just easier to type in the set number. You get more accurate search results instead of typing in the set name, or if you're unsure what it is. And most people do include the set number in the listing names and things like that. It just really helps people find what they're looking for. And as you can see, you just kind of get the best match result. So let's kind of refine this a little bit first. First thing I'm going to do is select the condition, and mine is new, so let's select that. And then these are just some of the ones that are on sale. We've got all listings, so that includes the offers, auction, and buy it now. I don't have the patience for auctions on eBay, so I just do buy it now, but when I do list, I do let people make offers as well. So let's just do that. So there's some of the sets that are being sold right now. So it seems to be around £35 to £40. Okay, right, so let's check out the sold items to see what they've actually sold for. Okay, so look at that. So these are just some of them that have sold, and again, I've still selected lowest price. So these people got a pretty good deal compared to the £35 to £40. Look at that, £20, £18. So these are selling cheaper than what they're being listed for at the moment. But let's go back and select ended recently. So that gives us a very kind of up-to-date representation, and that one's from the United States. So let's filter out just the UK only. Okay, so there we go. That kind of more accurately represents the current listing. So we've got one that sold for £33, $36.50, and if you notice how these have free postage. So some, eBay sellers are kind of businesses and they will get postage discounts and things, but I'm just like a private seller. I'm doing this, just by myself. So you can either list it with postage, or some people are more likely to buy an item on eBay if they see that it's free postage. At least that's in my experience. I'd rather pay something that has free postage, wouldn't you? So some sellers list the item price a bit higher, and that they technically account for the postage into that overall cost, and then for a buyer they know nothing else, they just think, oh, they're getting a good deal. So yeah, we seem to be getting a whole mix of things, with some slightly cheaper, but it does seem to be that maybe even around £30. So I might say I'll list it for 35 and accept an offer of like 30, for example, and that seems to be pretty much the going price. But then another thing to factor in is how many listings are currently on here. Think how many people are selling it, how many people are actually buying it, because if there's loads of listings and no one's buying, then that also gives you a good indication that maybe now isn't the right time to sell because nobody wants it. So there we go, I'm going to get to work on doing some more research for some other sets that I'm planning to sell, and I'll be good to go. But before I go, let me know in the comments, what have your experiences been with selling Lego? You know, do you sell on eBay, do you sell on Facebook, or do you even sell on Amazon? I know that's possible, it's just a bit, you know, it's a bit more complex, to say the least. It's not as easy as just listing a photo on Facebook and saying, here you go, 20 quid. Do you do this casually? Are you more serious into the whole investment thing? Let me know. I'd really love to know your experiences. But as I teased throughout, you know, we are getting very close to 1,000 subscribers, so thank you very much. We're going to get there, and I can't wait because we've got good things coming. So keep on watching, we'll keep on creating, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.